All right, hello and welcome to another episode here on the series Blogging for Cash with Rory. This is Rory Rickard, and I'm going to be walking you through some more ways to enhance what we're doing with our link post blogging sites. I did a lot of work. I actually recorded this entire thing, and for whatever reason, my audio didn't engage. And I was so proud of it because I taught a lot of things that I've been taking notes that people needed help with. So I'm going to give you a rundown of it, and you're also going to see the page I already created, which you guys all are welcome to take, modify, and make it your own. I've been going down the different categories and trying to make them all better and more improved so they work better for search. I'm constantly adding to mine just like you guys are constantly should be adding to yours. It's always a work in progress. In clothing and apparel, I felt like I didn't have enough stuff in here, so I started working on that. And I'm actually in the site here now, and I'm going to make a change here. So you'll notice there's some things I did. I'm in edit. I'm going to go ahead and do this really quick. So it's clothes for women in affordable fashion. Hold on one second. Let me make this purple. All right. I'm just finishing this up here. This is great that I got it. Okay. And I want to make sure that this is not. Let me look at the link. Clothes for women. And we don't want to open a new link. We want to make sure that it's navigating through the site, not taking them out. So we don't want that selected. That's there. Purple selected. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and update that. Now, this is a category page, and I know a lot of you don't have photos and stuff in yours, but occasionally you want to put like one in there, and I added one here on this clothing just so it'll captivate the audience that comes through. But also, this one I had a little bit of fun writing, and that's what I want to show you guys, some more technique to write and to help you guys progress in your sales and get better results. And I've had a list of things that I've been working on with the students and that the mentor has been passing to me as concerns and where areas that we can continue to focus to train you. And I'm hoping I can cover a lot of those here today. So this image, and I'm going to highlight it. I added it here. I sized it smaller, but I want you to see that I put the alternate text in here of clothing, which is obviously my keyword. I got the link that it's going to, and because it's going from a category page to an offer page, I don't have it open a link in a new tab. We want to make it easy navigation. So I've added this here, and it's important to have an image with the keyword in the alternate text. So that's what I did right there. If you guys are doing the same thing and you have a different keyword, maybe use apparel or whatever you want to use, just make sure that whatever keyword you use is in the alternate text here in the image. And I'll go ahead and update that. Now, everything I'm going to show you is literally down here in the Yoast section. Yoast SEO. This is what helps us to get indexed better. This helps you to know what to write, and it gives you guides. And you want as many green lights as possible. The only thing that you shouldn't have a green light on is the no meta description has been specified. We do things a little differently. We don't worry about meta tags here. We actually want the search engine to display our copy. We actually want that. So other than that, we want them all be green. Now this one here that says a slug for the page contains a stop word. That's just because we have, clothing and apparel. You can change your titles around. I'm leaving it alone. I'm okay with this here. The page title being too short, I'm okay with that as well. They're orange. I'm not worried about these two in the category page. I would be a little bit more worried about it in the actual offer page, but not in the category page. Otherwise, page is pretty much ready to go. I'm over 300 words, not by many, which, when I add another item in here, I'll be well over it. We do have an image. The keyword density is 1.3, which is great, as it says, which is great. Everything here is great, okay? Now, I'm going to come up here and we're going to, I want you guys to see the way that I laid this out. So in the paragraph size, I put a little explanation on top, and I try to personalize it every time. And so I wrote something on here, which you guys are welcome to take and borrow and modify from. And I like to do this in every one of the category pages. So hopefully you guys are seeing the trend. This is something I've added over the last just weeks. And I added it because I noticed that as I was adding it, I was getting more traffic to my category pages in addition to the index pages, which is great. It also gives me a way to get the the keyword in the first paragraph, which may not always be the case with the offer you have. In this case, I kind of did it both ways, but I changed this. This used to be a different clothing link. Some of you guys might have seen the old ones or using the old ones. I updated this one to be more search friendly. I'm always finding ways to make it better, and I like to be consistent where I have like the link or the hyperlink words, the beginning and also the end, the same color. So this Gunness right here is not that way, and I'm going to edit that here and show you guys what I mean by making it the same. So this is the blue. This is like a lighter blue for whatever reason at the time I created that. So I just add another, call to action. I've also been trying to advise people, and even myself, things have been changing, and what Google doesn't like, and what some of the stuff doesn't look. The words "click here," you're going to see me removing, and I'll say "see it here" or "go here." I'm getting rid of the words "click here." It looks too much like we're trying to have them go for an ad. Let's just, and I noticed, excuse me, sorry about that. I've noticed that a lot of sites are blocking those words. They're not getting the representation they used to get. So I'm taking them out. So if you have click here anywhere, change it to something different, like go here or see it here. You'll see I've been doing that everywhere here. So I've got this highlighted. I'm going to change the color to the dark blue that I used already on this one up here. And then in the middle, I want it black. Or in this case, it might be gray. But you'll notice all these ones. I have a before, at the very beginning, and at the very end, the same color. And what that does is it allows us to give the viewer an easy to read, eye appeasing flow of things. If there's too many colors dancing around, it's really hard to read. And also, a lot of us just skim. And so what we're going to see is clothing for women, start your retail. They're not going to see the stuff in between. They're really going to see this in here, and so you want to make it easy for that to happen. Now, something else that I'm going to just make note of is I'm looking at this, and we like to have a little bit more in between the two. And so like this one right here, I really need to add another line here. I'm just adding something to make it a little bit bigger so it flows better. I'm always worried about the look and feel because if it's appeasing, people like the site, they stay on the site, even if they don't read everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and update that. I've made that change. And again, more content is always better. More is better. Less is not more in text, in content. So I'm at the magical number of 333 here in words. I'm well over the 300. I've got everything green that I feel I need to get green in this situation, and this page is done. Now, that being said, I've shown you guys how I want you to correct your categories or update them. I'm going to keep you guys up to date with the latest stuff that I see that works, that's working for everybody that follows it. That's the categories. Now, that being said, I'm going to view this page, and I want to show off this new page that I did for it, that I did on my site. So I'm going to click on the clothing for women in affordable fashion. It's going to bring this up, and you'll see that it looks and it flows really good. I got some great images. The stuff that I had on here before wasn't that great. To be frank, I just hadn't got back to fixing it, and I started getting traffic to it, and I noticed I wasn't getting enough conversions, and I looked at it and said, I got to put some time in here. So what I did is I got it. I went through. I think this is on CJ.com. It's Cupshe, and I'm going to tell you that if you guys do this, I'm going to recommend that you take Cupshe out of it and just let it just be this site. Don't let them see that it's Cupshe till they go there. The reason being is Cupshe will show up here a lot, and you could possibly lose viewers. I'm leaving it on mine because I'm running tests, but I'm just going to say if you borrow this from me and add this, which I recommend, when you modify it, you don't need to have the word Cupshe in there. That's the brand. They'll see it when they click on it. But let me go to edit page and show you some more of what I'm talking about. I got this great little thing on retail therapy. Now, I took my own personal life experiences with my family and especially my wife. And actually, I want this to be blue. Sorry, that was bugging me. And I wrote this with a little bit of a flair to retail therapy. Our job as affiliates is to get people to click and make a purchase. Well, no one makes a purchase unless there's an emotional switch or an emotional trigger set off. And that's why blogging works so well, is because it allows us to be a third party um, endorser, or allows us to give information and kind of pre-sell the item before they even go see the landing page. You know, people don't just go to a landing page and buy unless they're going there because they feel like they should go there or they've been inspired to go there. We don't even get up in the morning without an emotional trigger. And that's what this is doing right here. So what I'm going to show you is I added some great little photos here. I got some great text that I wrote through here. I'm really proud of this piece. And in my opinion, I've done everything that I need to do. Now, I'm going to just come back in here and add some color. This one, I didn't go bold on everything. I felt like I had too much bold, but I do want to highlight and give them plenty of options to click to go there. So whenever I trigger their emotion, I want them to go there. So, you know, I covered everything on the site. You know, I studied the site for literally an hour. Looked at it and just felt like I could get to know it. For me, I had to do that because I don't buy from this site. My wife does, but I'm not familiar with it. So I went to the site, went through it, studied it, and looked at it as far as a marketer. And I looked at it mainly as, what do I see in here that looks good? What would I like to express to somebody? And that's what I wrote it about. And I thought that it was a really good example. And so I wanted to show you guys, this is how I wrote it. This is why I wrote it this way. And you know, you'll see it. And you know, I do this all the time. I've been doing it for years, and it just gets easier and easier and easier for me because I get into a habit on how I look at things and you know, review it. So let me pull up one of the links. Um, Again, this is on cj.com, and it pulls up the site. So you'll see, like, I looked at it, I went through all the different categories. I studied the site really well, and I noticed that they keep it up to date pretty good. I mean, this site's actually really good, and I definitely know I'll be making money on running this. I've already got conversions on it, but I think I can make some pretty steady money for the work I put in on it, and so I like this one a lot. So then I come here and I start writing about the different things. I include everything they have in it. I make it very specific to guide them there. So they're already pre-sold. So when they go there, it matches, it flows. And I want you to see kind of how I did that. And you can reverse my thinking, and hopefully it'll help you do more. Now, again, I put a little theme in here, some fun. I did the retail therapy theme, something that was very easy to get photos on, which, by the way, if you have Dropbox, all these photos are there. And you know, I was able to grab those really easy and have fun with a lot of different words and stuff around there. And then I also pulled images off of their site to use, which is something we can do. So one of the things that you can see is, um, it's not hard to put this stuff together, and it's not hard to add a flair or something that makes it your own twist or your own endorsement to present something. And you know, I did put this little, you know, whoever said laughter was the best medicine. Obviously, never tried shopping. Some fun things. I don't like to put anything that's like a negative towards shopping. I made it, you know, fun about the whole retail therapy thing, and that was my, you know, my added flair to this. And this is a place you can have fun with it. And if it's something that you don't think you can do, you're probably wrong. Everybody can do this. You've been reading it, you've been seeing it your whole life. You just got to get into the zone where you're like, oh, I see what I should do with this, and I can have fun with it this way. And you also got my stuff that you can, you know, basically borrow and edit. So if you take this whole page, which I definitely recommend that you put in place of what was there, if you already did the other sites before, and if you're new and you have a copy of this, I'm going to make sure it's on the fast track. You're going to already have this stuff, and you can come in here and edit it and add some fun to it. And I'll tell you, I think everybody, let me take that back. I think every woman and every man that is connected with a woman, and actually a lot of men too, have a retail therapy connection or something that's there, whether we want to admit it or not. And so for me, this was kind of a fun thing to write about. Well, there's a lot of things in life that are like that. So take your own life experiences, and that's what makes your article different than someone else's article. And this what makes it more real than just blah, 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 here it is. people like enjoyable things. And the more they like it enjoyable, the more they, you get them to laugh or you get them to chuckle, they're going to like the feeling, they're going to like your site, and it builds that bond and that relationship, which based on the way we monetize our sites is a good thing. And, just have fun with it. But this is a piece that I wrote using a lot of the technology, I should say the sales techniques and the sales psychology to tie in with the blogging technology to go out there and do what we're trying to do. Get clicks, get search hits, bring traffic in. And this is written just like that. Now, it's got 801 words. And I'm going to tell you, I could have kept going and going and going and having fun with it, and it's never too much. I could just keep adding to it. I can go from this retail therapy to put my own personal stories and stuff on it. This could literally create a life of its own, all of which will help index and bring search. And if they buy here, great. If they click on Google, great. It all works to what we're building in link post blogging. And anyway, I like sharing this stuff with you. I was really proud of this article that I wrote, or this blog page. It's really an article. I call them advertorials. It's a editorial style that sells a product, and that's what we're doing here on the blogs. And I really liked it. Now that being said, again, when you modify your own, I would take Cupshe out, just because we don't want to have them go around. You want to have it be that way. But usually people click. They're pretty good about it. And I'm going to leave mine there for right now because I want to test out some stuff. But if you see it on my site and it's gone, you'll know why. Geez, I really had a lot of fun with it. Again, these photos are all available inside Dropbox if you need them. If you're on a latest fast track after today, I'm going to make sure my techs copy this over. You'll have all this stuff already on your site. And upward and onward, I had a lot of fun building this one. Probably way too much fun that I should even admit for a guy, but it was my wife shops a lot. I have a lot of personal knowledge on retail therapy, so it was a good way for me to write about that and get a chuckle out of it as well. And here's the page, and you guys please enjoy it. I'm going to go on into another series right after this, another episode, because there's a lot going on. I don't know if you guys know what's going on with, hopefully you're in touch with your mentors, but we have a lot of students making a lot of money really fast, and it's awesome. But I also got to make sure I'm teaching you guys how to focus right and how to, work on things. We promote a lot of different offers, and if you have an offer that you can spend a little bit of time with and make $1,000, or you have an offer you can spend a little bit of time with and make maybe $10 or $20, you want to put your focus on the one that makes the most money as you see that happen. We have that happening, and it's fun. It's always exciting around here. And but at the same time, I got to make sure that more and more people can run with that hard. And there's my teaser for episode 10. I'll see you guys there. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me on this. I wanted to show you guys as I actually wrote this. I did spend a little bit of time on it. I'm very proud of it, but I hope you guys can understand how I wrote it, why I wrote it the way I did, how I took it apart from the site, and hopefully get some insights. You guys can go do this better and better on your blogging pages and the different products that you're offering and promoting through your blog site. Thanks for joining me on this link post blogging adventure. That's what I call it every day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.